Brett, pretty scrappy game, but you've got to talk about something about that last defence to hold those 7 tries up. We're all talking about the 7 tries they didn't get, but it was pretty good defence to keep bodies in underneath the players. So you've got to give them some compliment too, haven't you?
Oh, I think you give the defence tonight a huge compliment. The fact that they had 4 tries over the line, and our last-ditch effort was great. So that's great desperation. I think. I suppose we weren't that great in attack, but I think there's good ability to hang tough together, and the penalties were certainly swayed their way quite heavy there for a while. So I thought our try-line defence was very good.
You might have been in those situations different times in your own career, but when it gets down to that sort of scrappy affair, it's hard to sort of get some momentum going, isn't it?
Oh, I certainly think so, yeah. I thought we started very well. The 2 tries that Frankie scored were good execution and good football, and it become a bit scrappy. I think there's some probably poor kicks from us and then a bit of drop ball from them. But I don't know why. I wonder whether the time had anything to do with the fact that the game got a little bit flat there for a while. So it's certainly quite a long day today when you're waiting around to play. But I thought our defence was very great. Desperation on try line. I was quite impressed. They did score at the end, but I thought we found some good glimpses of form the second half. Some things that we've been really working on, and just got to show that I suppose the longer you can play good, simple footy, the better you go.
Yeah. Talking about their start, it wasn't very hot. I was talking to Coach Cartwright, and he was very supportive with their start. But your start, and I'm talking about one bloke, that Frank Pritchard, he did make some difference. Getting those 2 tries across, it'll give you a great start. Oh,
it's a huge start. I think Frankie's been playing outstanding the last month. Tonight we helped him out with a bit of better football, I suppose, and cleaner football. And rather than Frankie doing a lot of the work on his own from off the play the ball, I think we played some better field position, executed some players, and he just said the calibre of the play. He's certainly very hard to stop one-on-one, and he runs a terrific line from outside in. So
I was going to say he does run great lines, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think we're only starting to develop a good combination with Frankie. I think he's been playing very well for a few weeks and trying hard on his own, but now we're starting to understand how to help him. I think you've seen glimpses of that over his years at Penrith. I think now we're starting to get the benefit of that.
Would you like to see him get some big minutes out of him? He just what happened to him? Was he injured? He couldn't get more minutes out of him in the game?
No, he was all right tonight. He got stitched just on half time, but because we lost Greg Eastwood so early, it was a matter of probably trying to use our bench a lot smarter. We only had 3 fresh players for the rest of the game, so it wasn't a matter of allowing guys to play a lot of minutes and getting them tired. It was probably a matter of making sure that they were always fresh and ready to go. And I think Kevy did a great job in how we balanced the interchange. The fact that we lost 1 player so early.
In the corresponding game last year up there, Ben Barber just drove him mad. He did the same thing again tonight when he saw daylight. He's a great player.
Yeah, he's a good player. I think you saw glimpses of the second half where he got a bit of open space. He put himself in a position probably a lot more the second half to take the ball. I think the first half he was sort of around the ball, but whether it become a scrappy affair and we stopped pushing up and supporting, but I think you saw him at his strength the second half. And once we got a bit of momentum in the ruck and got some quick play the balls, we started getting a bit of football. So he's going outstanding. I think it's he was very good again tonight. A bit of desperation on the try line and other things to go with it. So he probably saved 2 of those tries that we were able to stop. So you talk about his attacking brilliance, but also now I suppose his ability to make some tackles is good.
We spoke about the last defence. The thing I want to ask you about is that for a game of 26 or 28-6, they seem to get through the centre and make plenty of metres up the middle on you at different times during the game. Is that a concern from the coaching point of view?
It was raised several times throughout the game. Yeah, I think their ability just to roll forward quite simply. It's probably a matter of just changing our pattern a little, not too much, but I think tighten up a little bit defensively. I think they've played some footy out of us though. I think Princey was there tonight and wanted to play footy, and the last few weeks he sort of got back to a bit of form. So they're a big side, they're big back forwards, but it's a little bit disappointing that most sides have been able to roll up and get up the field pretty easy. But you take the win. I think we haven't played that great last 2 weeks, and especially last week it was very disappointing. So to be able to score 28 points in a sort of scrappy affair shows that there's some goodness of us, but now we can keep getting better now.
What's the remedy there? Like a bit better line speed and a bit more attitude in your defence up there?
No, I think attitude helps a lot of it. If you've got attitude, you have line speed. If you've got line speed, you can wrestle better and you can slow the play ball down. So they all work hand in hand. you're generally not a great defensive unit if you don't have some of those qualities involved in it somewhere. So I think confidence was probably down a little bit after the result last week. So I think you'd rather be very desperate on your try line to be able to help each other out and defend your line great. The next part we can work on now, I suppose, is limiting the metres going forward.
NRL, no easy game next week. Sea Eagles, back to work again next week, I guess.
I think it's great competition, isn't it, mate? It's back to work every Monday, so it's outstanding where we are as a game at the moment. I think to have all the sides so close and on their day have the ability to turn up. So it's probably something that we've wanted for a long, long while. We've got it. We've got to keep making the game better and keep sort of tinkering with it a little bit and make sure that the TV deal is outstanding and make this product grow. I
can't let you go without asking. Just give me a bit of a few comments on Wednesday night's game. What you thought of it?
I thought it was a good game of footy. I thought Queensland were pretty good. They have a great knack of scoring first and last tries quite regularly. They execute their game plan very well. I think they've got the best 1, 6, 7, 9 in the world and probably have been for the last few years. So they certainly play some football at you and they ask you a lot of questions. So I thought defensively we were great. I did read Sticky's comments today about any sort of 50-50 decision did go their way, and that sort of was how the game ended up. They got sort of some extra tackles and extra sets of 6, and on the end it sort of wore New South Wales out. So, mate, at 10-0 we looked on. To get 12-10 in front, there was a glimmer of hope. I thought the players that all played did a really good job. I think Ricky's helped the side come a long way in his time in becoming the full-time coach. So we've got to win the next one. I suppose it gives you a hope or a glimmer of hope that there's confidence. We take our chances in that game, we do beat them. So it looks good for going to Sydney.
I've been disappointed, but I thought the body language was suggesting that there are better things ahead for them.
I think the belief came a bit when they scored the tries too. I think there was a bit of nervousness in them, and I think they created a chance in the first half and didn't capitalise on it. It was ruled as a knock-on. So I'd love to. The fact that they started to play a bit of footy the second half, and that's how they were able to score points. So defensively they were great. I think if you play a bit more football and keep asking questions, and that's when they did look dangerous. So they'll take confidence out of the game. They'll look forward to it. They'll understand that next time they get back in their camp, they'll be a better team again. So it's, whether they do or don't make changes, I think you saw a good game of footy. You just saw a Queensland side that were too good again.
Yeah, mate. One last question. How's it to carry the clipboard around now?
Yeah, it's good. I'm really enjoying it. So, it's my time had sort of come and gone to play anymore. So, I've been really enjoying the role. So, it's a little bit different, a bit more time management. I coach the halves for the whole club. So, it's overseeing quite a few players. But I'm really enjoying the role. Of that and commentating for Fox, it's sort of the best of not being able to play, summed up. So, but they're different roles in a way. I'm enjoying it. I'm watching a lot of footy. I've actually got the New South Wales residents team for Game 3 up here, so that'll be my first sort of single coaching job. So I'm certainly watching some videos and looking forward to, I suppose, to seeing if I like coaching or not.
Mate, all the best and thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.